Okay, you guys can hear me in the chat. We are recording. Life is good. Awesome. Okay. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ashley Kreshock. I have been in business now for 4.5 years. Really quick story about me, because I know a lot of you guys don't know who I am. I am somebody who's from Palm Beach, but I live in Uniontown, Pennsylvania now. It's a really small town. We moved here because we had like no income. We were struggling really bad. We became a one-income family, and it was not part of our plan. I became a stay-at-home mom, so our baby was not part of our plan. And we basically got into tens of thousands of dollars worth of debt, and we moved up here to my husband's hometown to try to keep me home, and then simultaneously like try to dig us out of debt. So long story short, y'all, I came up here, still struggling, still living paycheck to paycheck, depressed, overweight, miserable, frustrated, all the above. And I started seeing this girl posting on social media that I went to school with. So probably like many of you guys saw somebody on social posting. And I said, well, wait a second, like if this girl can do this, why can't I do it? Guys, you gotta mute yourselves. Pretty please. I'm gonna keep clicking mute. So anywho, I dove in, you guys. I was like your typical no network, no experience, no social media knowledge, absolutely no clue what I was doing. And I was able to go from 0 to triple diamond in 8 months. And I have since then paid off all my student loans. Our son goes to private school. The vehicles are paid off. The house is paid off. Literally our entire life is completely different. And we have a second baby now, and just everything I owe, literally our whole quality of life and everything, right back to it works. So what I wanted to do for y'all tonight is, and again, if you're just hopping on, I'm sorry if the video's not working, so you'll just see a picture of me, but at least you can hear me. We're gonna start and do like a little bit different, because everybody on my tribe, I'm seeing you guys popping on who are talking tonight. We had in 2 months, we've had 9 diamonds and a double diamond. So February and March were really huge for us. So what we're gonna do tonight for you guys is a special kind of tips and chats with those people who went diamond and giving their best advice on how they did it. Now we have people on the tribe who went diamond in 34 days and 50 days. And then we have girls that have been with me now for 3 years that just went diamond, and they all have something really awesome to share and really great value to add for you guys. So Jerry is actually 3 hours behind us, and she's on her way to a graduation. She's on vacation. So I know Jerry has some really awesome pointers to say, and I wanted her to talk first. So we might go to Jerry and then kind of bounce around a little bit, but you're gonna get to hear from all 7 diamonds, the double diamond, and then everything I can teach you guys about upselling, okay? So Jerry, I see you, I don't think you're driving, maybe Christian's driving, I don't know, but I'm gonna unmute you.
Hi.
Okay.
I am driving in a very, totally empty parking lot. I'm just driving the kids around to keep them calm. So if I start moving, I assure you I'm not putting anybody in danger. But hello, everyone. I am Jerry. I have been in the business for just a little over 2 years. I started in January of 2017. I was working full time. My husband was working full time. This little lady was just a baby and super sick with reflux and food intolerances. And so I was really struggling because I had to flip my entire diet upside down to adhere to what she could tolerate. So I was basically starving myself as a nursing mom. And all of a sudden on one of my many Facebook groups, because that's where I did a lot of my research of how to make her better, somebody posted about this shake that I could have that was dairy and soy free. And I was like, tell me, where do I buy this? I need this in my life, which was Ashley Kreshock. So we hooked up, and she started telling me a little bit about the business, and it was literally totally meant to be. Her post was up on that group for all of 4 minutes, and I just happened to see it and message her. So it seriously has been such a blessing for our family that I saw it and reached out to her. I jumped on the business because I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. I was working full time. My baby was super sick. We were on the verge of having to put her in daycare, and I was a miserable mess about it. And then, so I started in January. In February, she started daycare. I cried every single day that she was gone, only to find out 3 months later when I finally was able to pull her out, they had been giving her food she couldn't have the whole time. That's why she was sick and miserable the whole time she was there. So it was just like not a situation. That's not what I looked for when I wanted to be a mom. It was not to be putting my baby in daycare for 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, and literally paying someone else to raise her. I was working so I could pay somebody to raise my baby, and I was miserable about it. So after 3 months, I reached my initial goal, which was to make enough income to pay a nanny to take care of her in our home. And it has just been like exponential growth since, slow but steady. Like the income has just made a big difference for us. After a year, I was able to retire as a Ruby, retire from my full-time job and stay home with my girls. And it, life, and I had a second baby, which I didn't even think was going to be possible. I remember legitimately the medical bills of my first daughter. I remember crying to my husband, like, there's no way we can have more kids. What if they're just as sick as she is or worse? And so to be able to have a second baby, be a stay-at-home mom now. We just bought our first house in November. And I just went diamond. Like, so this was before any bonuses. This was just like, working hard and living what we teach. I was really working towards a debt-free life, even only having the income of a Ruby. I went to conference this year as a Ruby, left and went Emerald in February, and just went Diamond in March. So my big tips, like what has made a big difference in my business, is upselling. I was terrified of it. I have always been like, I love a good deal, so I always assume everyone is in that same boat, and that talking hundreds of dollars a month is like insanity to me. But I have been listening to a lot of the VIPs, and they're so right that it is not our job to know somebody's budget. It is our job to make the best recommendation for their goals. And that's really, I took that to heart and I ran with it. Like, it's not my business to know how much money you're looking to spend. It's just my job to make sure that I'm going to get you the products, recommendations that are going to help you get your weight loss goal, energy goal, nutrition goal, whatever it is. So I really focus on that. I don't ask the budget question at all. I assume everybody has all the money in the world to spend, because I was broke as a joke when I found this business, but you know what? I was willing to pay an arm and a leg to get nutrition that I can have, and that's what the shake was for me. So I don't set that bar for anybody. If they're looking for it to solve a problem for their life, they're going to pay for it. And then from a business like leadership aspect, I got on the phone with every single distributor on my downline last month. Even the people I did not enroll, I got on the phone with them. I learned about who they were, why they joined, what they were looking for from this business. We talked strategy. I found out if they were looking to walk with this business or run with this business. And I, stayed in communication. I let them know that my door was open, and we grew from there. I was quickly able to identify my runners. They had full access to me. They were messaging, blowing up my inbox all month, and we all did it together. And it really, it's not one person. I didn't go diamond. My team went diamond. We worked really hard all together. It was a huge, huge, huge win on vacation in Arizona for my baby's first birthday. So it's been crazy. Still super surreal.
Hey, Jerry, I don't mean to cut you off. Does it sound like echoey or like windblown for everybody? A little bit, right?
Sorry, I maybe had you in the air conditioner. Sorry,
the whole time. No, it's okay. I understood it, so I'm hoping everybody did. You just made me think of something too that you really took charge of. I had kind of thrown the idea out there, but you were really you took it and ran. Can you maybe, before you get going, because I know you got to get to graduation for your family member, can you talk to them really quick about what you did with your chat with those people who wanted to run, and creating a sense of community within your downline with your Zoom chats every week?
Yes. So so this was 2 months ago after conference, I put my entire downline in a group chat. We get together once a week. We do a weekly Zoom and just check in. It's like super like low obligation level, like no pressure. I just give a little spiel about the week, usually like the questions that have come up from the team members. We talk a little bit about that. So it's a little bit like a different topic each week. And then I open it up. It's an open forum. Obviously, a smaller team, this works a little bit better. But I do like an open forum where they can just check in. How was your week? What was your win? What was your, what do you want to say to the group? And then everybody gets a chance to speak. And then that really has created a lot of community in my girls, because most of my team was really new off the $20 codes too. So them seeing the communities, knowing that there was others in their same boat that were sideline sisters that they could reach out to and lean on, and they then were able to create connections with each other. and form those bonds. And so we just continually are preaching, like, you are in business for yourself, not by yourself. And we believe that 100%. Like, if you're over there, if you feel like you're on Lonely Island, you're doing something wrong, because there are so many places where you can connect with our team, whether that's in our group chat or the team page or a combination of that, you know, the 90-day run group. There's so many avenues to be connected with one another.
I agree. And that's something that I really noticed, you guys. And sorry, I'm screwing around with the camera and it's still not working. I'm like going to cry a river. Back to the picture of my husband and I. But that's something that I can tell you guys, just being the upline, looking down at everything, when she took charge of that and said, you know what, like, I don't care if people are agitated by group messages. Like, if they want to be there, they can be there. I don't care if you've been in the business for 2 seconds or for 2 years with me, and just saying like, hey, I'm going to show up even if no one else does. I'm going to do this Zoom. You know what? It might be 1 person 1 week and 15 people the next week, and then 2 people the next week. But she literally, and I couldn't make it to all her calls because she got the, you know, the rest of my leadership team started doing the same thing. So I couldn't get on all of them. But guys, like, people either show up or they don't, you know, and that was something that you can create a sense of community and culture within your own downline so fast. But don't get disappointed when, again, 1 person shows up. Well, then that 1 person is 1 more person that you can connect with that you weren't connecting with on a personal level before. So I thought that that was just really great. And I watched Jerry's team just literally lock arms and boom, double promote within a month and a half. So I'm proud of you guys. Jerry, I know you have to go. Do you have anything else for us before you hop off?
Host to post all day, every day.
Yeah, we have become quite the host to post crew, so we'll get into that too. All right, Jerry, I love you. Thanks for hopping on.
Thank you guys. Have a good evening.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, so I guess in the spirit of discussing all of this goodness, I saw Kelly like, yes, shaking her head. So I'm going to go to Kelly. Let me unmute this amazing rock star leader here. Okay, Miss Kelly Lashley. Dust your shoulders off, new diamond in the house. Tell me your story, because you're one of the ones who has been with me for a while. And before Kelly starts talking, you guys, I think this is going to resonate with somebody on here. Kelly, I did not enroll Kelly. There are, this is going to sound bad, but there are 12 levels of quitters between me and Kelly. Okay? So when we're talking about levels and dropping down in your tree viewer to look for people, Kelly was literally 12 levels, quote unquote, below where I was. And this is somebody who overcame like all of that, plus the negativity, plus shaking off all those dead leaves. So I just love Kelly so much. She has quickly become like my right-hand lady the last year. And we have been through the mud together. And now we are just rocking with the rest of the team. So I just wanted to shout Kelly out because she's got a special place in my heart. But go ahead, girlfriend, take the floor.
So I have been in the business, hi everybody, for, it will be 4 years in July. So, it has definitely been a whirlwind, but something that has been so magical across the board. I've never been the person, like, if I say that I'm going to do something, I do it always and forever. And it doesn't matter what it is or what it was. So, you know, a little back history on me. I went to school for X-ray, and I was with the same orthopedic practice from start to finish. I started before I graduated high school, just as like clerical assisting. And then when I graduated from X-ray school, they hired me back on. So I was 10 years as X-ray, but I got really, really burnt out of just the hustle and bustle of it, with like, you just couldn't talk about, you know, your own personal life, but you had to hear everybody else's all the time. And the management, they wanted to run it like a corporate, but they wanted it to be small at the same time. So I ended up getting pregnant. So overall, I worked at the orthopedic practice for almost 20 years. So it was 17 total. And you would think that I would have had like a little bit more respect from the management and such, but I didn't. And so when I got pregnant, I realized that like, like being a mom is just my calling, and I'm not great at it, but I felt like I needed to not drop her off at daycare anymore, and I needed to be home with her, and I wanted to be able to just enjoy every first. And I ended up having to miss out on a lot of her first because I was still working, but I saw she's no longer in the business anymore. Like Ashley said, there's several levels between both of us, but I saw my upline posting, and I don't remember if I reached out to her or if she reached out to me, and it was I just kind of looked at my husband one night at 9:30 at night, and I'm like, it's $99. We don't have the money, but we're just going to do it. And he always has believed in me. And in that respect, he hasn't always supported me with the business because I didn't have a lot of support in general from necessarily like my upline and all of that. So I did parties and everything, but I was always kind of in it by myself. And then I just kept pushing along. I just kept trucking, and I didn't let really anything get my way. There were like the naysayers to some degree did, but for the most part, I knew where my heart was, and I knew that I deserved more, and I knew that my family deserved more. So I just kept pushing, and I found some really amazing girls that have completed my team, and I found the ones that want the business and want to make it work. So I've poured my heart and soul into them, and they have seen me, like, all of me. Good or bad. But anyways, I try to pour into my team as much as possible because I really just appreciate all of them. And the ones that have said that they want to be in it, I'm right here next to them running side by side. My mind shift changed about a year and a half ago when we moved to Texas from Florida. And we moved our entire lives, and the business was the only thing that I had consistent. So we left behind my x-ray job, my husband's town job. We left everything behind to just be with my parents out here in Texas. And so we moved, and I was pregnant when we moved. And I said, I'm not missing any, I'm going to cry. I'm not missing any first of this child. And I haven't. I have been a full-time stay-at-home mom for almost 2 years now. So because of this business, because I didn't let the naysayers completely take over. Last month I did something a little bit different, and I've always believed in myself, but I've spoke words and all of that, but something that I've dug really deep, for also my husband has, I shouldn't have him hear me say this, but he has severe PTSD. And so I've had to do a lot of self-searching and self-motivation because it's been a hard task to take on. So having all that been said, I've really dove deep into the personal development. And along the way, last month, what really was my driving force is I stuck these little index cards all around my kitchen. And they are various ones that just remind me. So every time I walked into the kitchen, things like 100 BB a day, you are worthy, 30 customers a month, 10 host a post a day. So it just goes on and on. I said to myself, you are getting the $10,000 bonus. I am double diamond. That's happening this month. And then my dad watched my baby while we went camping, and he stuck little notes like this: you can do it, you can do it. And when I got home from camping, I saw the notes that he had put up along. He did some yellow notes, and I put, when I saw them, I was like, oh, now it's like go big or go home, because like I said, I had just read it every single day and just poured into my team. I had a direct vision of what they needed, and I was doing everything I could to help them get their promotions. So, and that's where it kind of propelled me to promote. So I'm super excited. Double diamond coming this month. Whoop, whoop.
It's definitely coming. And another thing too, you guys, just to toot Kelly's horn a little bit more, the mindset shift has been so profound. Like, this is Kelly version 2.0, and she is like a freaking boss babe. And she's down 55 pounds. So can we give her like a
60.
round of applause? Oh, just kidding. Oh, snap. And we'll get into that more too, about how she has become really, in my eyes, a pretty mass LC enroller. And a lot of it is just her conviction and her confidence in her own journey. So for those of you who are like many of us and you start the business, and again, I'm sorry if y'all are just hopping on, my camera isn't working. When you start the business and you're like, gosh, like I don't have two nickels to rub together, how am I going to run an auto ship? If you're allowing that to hold you back, it's really hard to let the business change your life if the products aren't doing that for you first, you know? So it's one of those things where I can promise you guys, even for me, and we're going to hear from Jordan later in a little bit, just if you can be a product of the product, that should be like bar none, hands down. It doesn't matter if you're a size 0. Okay, then you don't have to lose weight, but I'm sure you want your hair to look better. I'm sure you want your skin to look better. Maybe you struggle with anxiety or PTSD or depression or postpartum, whatever, and you can use Confianza. Like, look at our products. We've got a bazillion things. And you don't have to just be somebody losing weight to be successful in this business, nor do you need to already be a size 0 to be successful in this business. So I'm just super proud of you, Kelly. I didn't even know you did the postcard thing. I just knew that she did that today. The Kelly 2 years ago would have never had postcards all over her kitchen. So I just love you. I'm super proud of you. And we're just going to keep on rocking and rolling. Let's see, who do we have? Jordan's not supposed to be on here yet, but I guess Jordan's available. Let me go to Brandy first. Where's Brandy at? There she is. Let me unmute Brandy. Okay, Brandy, our new double diamond in the house.
Can you hear me?
I can. I'm trying to look at your hair to see what took so long.
So that's why I wasn't sure if you could hear me, because I am in the car, just got finished. It's hard to see and hear, but yes, I actually have green all throughout the bottom of my hair.
Oh, she's going all in. She got her hair green.
So yeah, it was a much longer process than we expected.
All right. Well, if you could, I think everyone can hear you. It's a little like dim just because you're further away, but it's not too bad. So tell me your background. I know we talked a little bit because Brandy has a lot of awesomeness to throw at y'all. So I'm just excited for you guys to hear. Tell me, how long have you been with us? What's your like initial because of it works or your backstory? And then we'll kind of get into your tips and tricks and things that you've done.
So I actually started using the products first. I was actually a customer, had some health issues, and was really struggling just with low blood sugar, hypoglycemia, and was constantly feeling sick and couldn't lose weight. And I started on a keto journey, and in that keto journey, I came across the products and, of course, started using the keto coffee and the shakes and different things like that, and loved it. And because I loved it so much, I started talking to Ashley about actually doing this and seeing what I could, is this something I could do? And I was kind of thinking at the time, I'm losing you guys. Hang on a second. Hey, can you see me?
I don't know where you went, but I could hear you.
Okay. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Okay. So anyway, if you can hear me, I'm going to keep going.
Yes, go ahead.
So loved the products, using them, decided to try the business, hoping that if I could just make enough money to pay for my products, that would be great. I had bigger dreams, but wasn't fully sure how much of that was possible. Heard Ashley talk about everything that happened with her, and that sounded great and wonderful. And if those big dreams could happen, that was amazing. But I would have been happy just to have my products paid for. So I decided to join. And as far as being a product of the product, that was never an issue for me. I've always run my auto ship, use the products religiously. Even if I wasn't selling, I would still be using them. So I love the products, talk about the products to everyone. But when I joined, it's almost a year ago now. I joined in April. And for the first month or two, everything was, kind of pretty good. I was selling and in my warm market, obviously all of my friends and family and things of that nature, but didn't really do anything too much outside of that, and signed a few distributors. No one did anything. No one really took off. I thought, oh, okay, these people are going to enjoy the business and love the products and want to do it too, and signed them, and nothing happened. And from that point, for like after that first month or two, I never quit. Let's get that straight. I never once thought, oh, I don't want to do this, let me quit. But I wasn't working my business. There's a big difference between not quitting and not working your business. So I sat there from, I guess, maybe June to the end of October and really didn't do anything. I never quit. I would still put up posts, still talk about my stuff here and there, but wasn't messaging people, wasn't actively working the business. And then Ashley came and reined me in and said, hey, wait a minute, what are you doing? Where are you going? Part of that was I had some personal issues going on with family, having to take care of my parents. For those of you who don't know, 6 years ago, my daughter passed away from brain cancer. And so that's one of the reasons why when I first joined, I love the products, because we have done a lot of research on health and wellness and the keto lifestyle. We did keto with her when she was at St. Jude Hospital. So there was a lot of reasons why I love the products and love the company. But anyway, in that, I kind of just got pulled away, and then Ashley started pulling me back and was like, hey, you had reasons you wanted to do this. One being for my daughter, Corinne, her foundation. We want to help other families who are dealing with childhood cancer. That's one of the big dreams that I have with this. Another one of my big dreams was bringing my husband home more, because he works a lot of overtime. He works an incredible amount of overtime for us to be able to do all of the things that we do. And I want him to be able to be home more. So once Ashley, pulled me back in, and actually one of the other big things that I'm so grateful for is Kayla. I don't know if you're on here, Kayla, because I can't see from my phone, but Kayla was in my downline, and Kayla had gone Ruby, and Ashley told me, you need to lock arms with her and you guys run together. And so I did. I started talking to Kayla, and that helped me, having someone else who was doing it and wanting the same things and actually running for it. And so at the very end of October, everything changed for me. I said, okay, I'm going to actually put in the work and make this business work. And that's when we started doing Host to Post, which was a big thing for me, because I went from being a distributor in October to going Ruby in November. And that was all Host to Post based, those customers. And Host to Post has been huge this entire time.
Hey, Brandy, can I cut you off for 1 second?
Yeah.
And I feel so weird that I'm the only person with my picture on the screen. But anyways, real quick, you guys, like for Brandy, first of all, like even though she looks like a dime piece, she's like the sexiest. What are you, 43-year-old?
44.
Okay, 44-year-old. So I think it's important to say that, because everyone's always like, oh, everybody in this business is 18, or they're like a stay-at-home mom, or no, you guys, we come in like every shape, size, color, personality, background, experience, whatever. So I always put Brandy on the spot because I love her to death, but we're not all like, I'm 33 with 2 kids. Okay, you're male, you're female, you're purple, you're yellow, whatever. Okay, so I think that's important too, because your success doesn't matter about your background or anything, So that's one thing. And then the second thing, you guys, is you can be in the position like Brandy was in, to where you are here, but you're not really here. Like, have you ever took a step back from your business because of life or stress or disappointment, or you allow yourself to get discouraged for a second? Sometimes you have someone that can slap you around. Like I was like, Brandy, where are you? But sometimes you don't have that, and it has to come from you. And it also comes from, you guys, look within your downline. Don't be fearful to message, or if you're people in your downline, maybe you didn't enroll them. Now I was a 0 to triple in 8 months. I've never been given a single customer or a single distributor. ever in my whole entire adventure with this company. So if you're somebody who's been blessed to have been given someone, if you have 1 or 1,000 on your team, you're a leader. It doesn't matter. So like Brandy was saying, you know, I went to her and I said, hey, you might not realize this, but you've got this girl, Kayla, and she's like rocking and rolling. And if I were you, I'd probably want to rock and roll with her. So look within your downline, you guys. And this is big with getting to diamond and beyond and starting to build that layered leadership, because you have to be comfortable having those conversations and having the accountability and saying, you know what, I haven't stepped up 100%, but that changes today. And it was almost like Brandy, it just like clicked and she just decided like, okay, well, I'm here and I'm going for it. So what do you think, aside from, you know, that piece and just really reconnecting with your why, what did locking arms with people in your downline look like? And then how did that translate to, you know, you went diamond last month diamond in February and double diamond in March. I mean, that's explosive growth in a really small amount of time.
Right. So we went to conference at the end of January, and I was still Ruby at that point, and had been locking arms with Kayla. And actually on the way to conference, because I drove there, it was like a 9-hour drive, and I was all alone, and I had my praise and worship music on, and I just like really on that drive there knew that things were changing. I could just feel it. And then of course they announced all of the amazing things that they announced at conference, and I came home just believing it in a way that I never believed it before, that this was going to happen and that I was going to be diamond. And so then in February, I started speaking that life and that belief into my team. And that was a big thing, because it wasn't just me telling them, hey, you can do this, and wanting them to believe it. I actually believed it. I really and truly had that belief and was giving it to them. And which Jordan is one of them. You know, I sat down with Jordan. I went diamond in February. And on March 1st, I sat down with Jordan and I showed her her chart. And her diamond chart was not completely filled out yet. She still needed some distributors, but she wasn't far. And I showed her what she had to do. And I showed her again, like you said, having someone running with you. She had her sister underneath her who was rocking and rolling and doing amazing. And I was like, look, she is doing this, and you guys can do this together. And I believe you can go diamond this month. And she did. And so that was a huge thing for me too, is just pouring the belief that I found into my team and getting them to believe it too. And we had amazing things happen. And then of course in March, she went diamond along with her sister and my daughter and Kayla. So I had like 4 team members go diamond, and I went double diamond. And it's just been a whirlwind. It's been amazing.
It has. I'm so proud of you guys. And this is a good segue before like we get to the next person, but don't focus, you guys. This is a trap that you can get into, the trap of comparison. Like I'm sure you've all heard us say that comparison is the thief of joy, because you're looking left and you're looking right, and we're in a momentum phase and people are promoting and it's explosive and there's all this stuff happening. And then you're like, but wait, I'm not feeling that. Or, but wait, you know, this girl underneath me is like just exploding and she's better than me, or she is promoting quicker than me. And you start comparing like up, down, left, and right. When you start doing that, it's a dangerous place to be at, because look at me. You know, I went 0 to triple in 8 months. I mean, that's fast. You know, we've had people do it in 3 months. We've had people do it in 9 years, you know, but I did it in 8 months. So to me, that was a pretty quick timeline. And it was the same momentum that we're in right now. And this is even more explosive than back in 2014, 2015. But sure, I grew really quick, you guys, but look at me. I've been 3 years pushing for presidential. Actually, May of 2015 is when I went triple. And so you can't compare your journey to anybody else's or your rank or your timeline, you know, because if I sat here and cried every time somebody went presidential diamond who's been in it less than me, guess what? I'd still be stuck in the mud for the last 2 years. So you just have to celebrate other people's wins and use it as an inspirational focus for you. And I think, again, if you are like the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So if you don't have a good circle, if your spouse is not supportive, if your friends are running their mouth, if your parents don't believe in you, you know, all the things that you will encounter in this entrepreneurial journey, you got to just be bulletproof. That is something that my team hears me say all the time. Like, you have to literally just be bulletproof. Like, your why and your vision is so important. And one of the things that I always do, and if you guys don't do it, every person I talk to, I ask them from the get-go when they're starting this business, what is your why? Why do you want this? And I don't just want to know just for laughs and giggles. Like, I want to know, and I want to dig deep, because look, with Brandy, life got in the way and her business fell to the side a little bit. And I scrolled all the way back. It took me forever and a day to go to that very first messaging that we had. And I screenshot her why. I put a big old red circle around her talking about Corinne's foundation. And I sent it back and I said, does this still matter to you? Because I'm pretty sure it does. So don't be afraid to be that voice of reason or be that light, but also don't play that comparison game, because it will derail you every single time.
Right. And
go ahead.
And I was just like, take it the opposite way, just like I did with Kayla. You know, Kayla was in my downline and she had made Ruby and I wasn't Ruby yet. And I wasn't upset about that. I was happy for her and I was like, wait, I want to do what she's doing. And I grabbed a hold of her and was like, hey, let's do this together, and ran with her. Where,
Yeah.
you know, I could have let myself get upset that, hey, why is she doing it and I didn't, you know, but that's not the route I chose to go. I chose to be happy for her and run with her. So when you see those people doing that, instead of comparing yourself, just try and run with them.
Yep. And I think a big thing is, again, just that partnership and creating that sense of community and that culture within your team, whether it's one person or 100. And, you know, don't leave it up to your upline to create your own culture. Like, you guys know that you're on these team pages, that there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things happening. You know, if you are a leader, whether that is 2 people or 25, whatever the numbers are, you know, lock arms with those people and start creating that sense of community. I was an executive for Target for a long time. Everyone jokes, but that's why I love Target. Like, Target is my jam for a reason. But I always used to say to my people, like, people do not work for Target, they're working for me. Okay, people will go the extra mile, not for it works, they're going to do it for you, because you are like their mama bear or papa bear, right? You are the one that is leading them and guiding them, and the one that they are in the trenches with, a lot more than they're going to be able to be in the trenches with, you know, triples and presidentials and ambassadors. So you guys don't be afraid to do that. So do you have anything else, Brandy, before you go?
Just another big thing for me was the personal development. And like I said, you know, breathing that life into my team and wanting things for them, not just for what it was going to do for me, but actually wanting it for them also. You know, that was a big thing at the end of this month when I offered a giveaway for their new loyal customers. And I had already made my double diamond. That wasn't even for me to try and promote. I was just trying to help them promote, because I wanted to see it happen for them. You know, so that was also a big thing for me, is just looking at other people's lives and what they needed and what they wanted, and speaking life into that, and just daily development, you know, personal development.
Getting to events, because Jerry's gone, but Jerry was at conference with me last year, and the light bulb didn't go off last year, but she was at conference with me this year, went as a ruby, basically left as a diamond. Brandy went as a ruby, and a month after conference is a double diamond, essentially. You're going to hear from probably Kayla next. Where's Kayla? Okay, we'll go to Kayla. She's like, hello. And then you're going to hear from Ashley. Ashley was at conference. God, I'm telling you, get to events. Doesn't matter how you have to get there. Plane, train, automobile, walk, hitchhike, whatever. Just get there, because I promise you it's going to make a difference. So anyways, I love you, Brandy. Thanks for hopping on. Hair looking all fine. All right. Where's Kayla? Kayla Hazel in the house.
Hey.
Hey. It's already 9:45, so I didn't realize it was so late. Kayla, tell me, how long have you been with me? What's your story, occupation, all the good stuff, and what are your tips?
Okay, so I started in July of last year, so it was July 11th, so I'm going on, I think, 9 months. I can't think right now. I think 9 months. can't do math in my head. And basically I have all kinds of stomach issues, and I ended up like joining like, I don't know, low carb and keto groups on Facebook, because I was watching like my carbs or whatever, because I was really sick. And I came across Ashley, and I was creeping for, I don't know, at least a month, maybe longer. And I saw like the coffee and stuff, and I knew I wanted to try it. Well, then she had like one of these nights where she was talking about, I joined at like a $99 time, but there was like $350 worth of free product or whatever. And I thought, well, man, there's the coffee and like things that I want to try. So I sort of just, I was laying in bed actually, and I like looked at my husband and I was like, I think I might want to do this, but I don't know why. Like, I'm going to get the product, and then if I like it, whatever, we'll go from there. I teach life skills and disabilities. So I have at the high school level. So I have kids basically from the time they're 14 till they're 21 with like the lowest special needs there is. In a public school setting. It was summertime at the time, so I obviously wasn't working, but actually I take that back, because I teach extended school year, but it's only for like 19 days in the summer. So like it just ended. I was finishing my master's degree. And so I was like crazy busy, but I hopped in and I thought, you know what, if I could make extra money to help pay off our debt, a couple $100, because we want to sell our house and buy and all this stuff. And my school loan debt is like, I just always told myself I'll never pay it off, so I might as well just keep on paying it forever. It's like one of those things. So needless to say, when I joined, there was like the $500 Ruby bonus. And I'm like the type of person that when I want something or I'm going to do it, like I'm just all in. I never like let off the gas, which is something I have, that it's like a really good thing, but sometimes it's like not so good, because I don't know when to like shut off. But so I hit Ruby my second month, I believe, like going into my second month. And I thought, wow, this is really nice. And then so I started like wanting more and more and more. I started signing distributors, and then I think the $20 codes happened after that. And I signed like a couple people that I knew. But basically like nobody at the time was working. So I was like, well, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, going to give it my all. Did it on myself. Went to conference, got on an airplane. Like, I've never been on an airplane in my life, and I'm 30 years old. Like, it's just never, we always said vacation, we will drive to Florida if we have to, like, and I'm in Pennsylvania. It just wasn't something that I ever would picture myself doing. So Ashley's like, you're getting on this plane and you're coming. And I was like, okay, terrified for my life. And it was just a big eye opener. And I don't know, I knew I wanted a lot more. And now I tell myself, like, I love my job. I love the kids and doing what I do, but the paperwork and the people, and when you're trying to like manage adults, it's awful. So now I'm to the point where like, I want this, like I have a passion for this, and this, don't make this, this don't make me sound bad. I had a passion. I've always wanted to be a teacher from the time I was like, I don't know, in kindergarten. But like, there's something about this that's like one step higher. Like, I love being able to help people, and I love talking, and it's just a big passion I didn't know I had. So I still going into, so I left conference. It was like so eye-opening and so amazing. I went as a Ruby. I promoted to Emerald in February, and then went Diamond last month. But I was sort of, I mean, for myself, I thought I was like so far away, like volume-wise. I kept looking and I was like, oh my God. I had finally signed a couple like awesome people on my team that are like so amazing. I'm so thankful that I got some, because to that point I was like working everything like myself. But it was still like so new, because everyone was like just starting. I almost thought it was like a lost cause, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. So I just pushed and pushed and pushed, and messaged away, posted away. But one of the things that like really helped me go Diamond was, I seen like on one of these Zooms that I was on, like VIPs talking about reaching out to like your current loyal customers and using them, you know, their perk points, and not just letting them say they have 30 perk points, getting like a thing of coffee and you not, you know, making anything off that or whatever volume wise. So I really utilize my loyal customers. And I'm talking, when I say utilize them, I'm saying like the last like 5 days of the month, I was like, oh crap, I really got to get moving even more than signing like the customers I was. So I reached out to all of them. I decided to do like a little cash giveaway for them. And like I'm not the type of person to like ask for help, which is like why I sort of like with my team, I like reached out to everyone at first, but once I knew that like some of them just didn't want to do it, I sort of like accepted that. And I never like asked for help really since. I'm like the type of person, I just tell myself I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it by myself. I'll get there. But I like was more vulnerable on my Facebook and was like talking about the $10,000 bonus and how much it meant to me and how much it meant to my family. And the outpouring of support from like my current customers, like blew my mind. I had a couple of them, 2 of them message me saying like, what can I buy to help you promote? And I'm like, well, unfortunately, you're like in a spot that I'm okay. Like, but it really was like, it opened my eyes because I'm not like, I would never do that. And my husband's like, you're sounding real desperate. And I'm like, I'm not sounding desperate. I'm just telling him like, you love whatever you use. And there's other things that we could pair with it for you to maximize your results. And I really like upselled that. And I signed almost 600 BV just from loyal customers in my last like 5 days. It was crazy. So that's like one of my biggest tips. Of course, I'm like a host to post fanatic and I will message all day, every day. Like my weekends, because I'm like crazy busy with sports and everything else. But my weekends, like I literally spend Saturday like messaging and I will just sign away Friday and Saturday. And then it's like, I'll sign through the week, but then that's like my go time is the weekend. And the last 2 weekends of the month, the last like 7 days, I just went real hard. And that's, I mean, the biggest thing was my customers. And
how much volume though, Kayla? Like how many new LC enrollments in those last couple days? Was it like 18 for the month, but like 13 of them came in the last couple days of the month?
Yeah. And it was like when I added the volume, I really use the like the keto triple threat with like the keto coffee and all that. And another thing I can say is making it like urgent. I was like, guys, this is like a one-time deal, knowing that like the Mocha Dreams has been like going on. And I'm like, it's like today. And then the next day I was like, crap, I told them it was for 1 day and they still want it. It's still like, I still know what's going on. I'm like, oh, they extended it. Like I made it like urgent. And I had people tell me, oh, well, I have to wait until like the beginning of next month. And then when I said, well, like, it's not going to be here. They're like, oh my gosh, well, what do I need today to do it? Yeah. So I'm real urgent. And I think it was like 13 LCs, but my volume the last like 6 days was like 1,300 or something. Like I literally had to build my husband to Emerald. Basically, I had a whole ruby leg that I had to fill like all myself, basically.
So let me hop in real quick. So guys, common themes here. Your promotion is your promotion. You know, we've talked about layered leadership. We've talked about, personal development, speaking life into your team, trying to create a culture, doing all those things. But like that, at the end of the day, you might be looking and you're like, there is not one person on here that it wants this as bad as I do. And guess what? No one's ever going to want it as bad as you do. Kelly's shaking her head. I see her. She was in the same situation. At one point, Jerry was, and we're going to get into some of the other girls here since we're getting long on time. But you have to just assume it. It does not matter if you're sitting at distributor ranking right now. You have 25 days to kick butt, okay? You have to just decide. Every single person on this Zoom, you guys, they just decided, like, that's it. This is happening. They didn't know how. They didn't know with who. They didn't, like, many of them didn't have people. They didn't even have their chart filled. They had people quitting left and like, that's just normal. So you're in business, again, for yourself, but not by yourself. So take all these little tips. Hopefully you guys have been taking notes so far and really just put it into action, but take it like the bull by the horns. And this is your promotion. your dreams. Nothing is more important than that. And just to piggyback off of the stuff that Kayla had said about doing like a cash giveaway, obviously people like free things. The idea came from a video that Mira Denning, you guys heard that name before maybe, Mira, last name Denning, I think. I don't remember. She was a Harvard graduate turned like rap girl, and she had some good tips that we kind of pulled from, and it really helped Kayla. So to me, 600 in volume just from existing loyal customers is huge. So don't be afraid to brand your promotion is what we're talking about. Saying like, hey guys, I'm going for this $10,000 bonus. It is going to change our lives. And you talk about it nonstop. You start talking about it right now. And you find different ways to integrate that and get excited and talk about it and manifest that. And trust me, people are going to pay attention. I talked about the $10,000 diamond bonus for 3 months, you guys, when I was new. I missed it 3 months in a row. And I thought, God, these people are going to think I'm lying because I keep talking about it and it's never happening. And then it was January of 2015, guys, he took the bonuses away and my heart sank like, oh my God, now there's no bonus. They're really going to think I'm a liar, you know? Well, you know what happened at conference? Mark Pentecost brought back the bonuses and he doubled it. So instead of just getting 10 grand, I got 20 grand. So it's like, you don't want to be the person that's reactive. You want to be proactive all the time. Just be ready all the time. So Kayla, love you long time. Super proud of you. Double diamonds happening this month. Period, exclamation mark. Okay. Who else do we need? Ashley Korn in the house. The one who loves being on live videos. Go ahead.
No, I hate it so much. And my face is probably like, oh, it's hot already. I hate. I was all fine. And then you said my name and this is not my strong suit, guys. So bear with me.
Well, tell me, how long have you been with us? What's your background? Obviously you went diamond in March, which is amazing. And then you don't have to talk forever. I know this is not your jam, but guys, she went diamond without being comfortable being a big mouth like I am and talking forever. So just tell me a little bit about you and then your biggest tip for everybody.
Don't worry. It'll be super quick, guys, because I keep talking. So I have been with Ashley like Kelly from pretty much the very beginning, but I never took it seriously because everyone around me just disappeared. I felt like the day I joined, the next day, in my eyes, obviously this wasn't really what happened, but I felt like, oh, Ashley joined, so let's all quit now. Like that's literally how I felt. I had no one around me that was still working, and I never really took it seriously because of that. But I was friends with Ashley on Facebook and I saw all her posts. Dixie, stop. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. I saw all her posts about how she was making money from home and like earning all these bonuses and making like this crazy money. And I was like, well, hell, if she's still standing, like, then I can do this too. And I reached out to her, which is still totally out of my comfort zone, but she took me under her wing. And even then, I just never really took it seriously. I don't know why. Maybe because I really didn't feel like I needed it financially. Like most people, when they do join, I was working a full-time job. I wasn't married at the time, but I was with my husband and I were together. We just weren't married. And then fast forward, so I don't know, Ashley, probably maybe like 6 months ago, maybe like a year. I'd say like a year ago is when I really was like, okay, I need to make this work because I've been married for 3 years now and I have a son who is going to be 2 next month. And I was like, I want to stay home with him. Like when I found out I was pregnant, again, I still just like dabbled into the business. I'd post here and there, but I was never like, again, took it seriously. And when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, there is no way in hell I'm going to go back to work. Like, I don't care if I have to live in a cardboard box. I'm not going to send my kid to daycare. I'm going to be home. And so then that's when I feel like I really never like took it really, really seriously, but took it more seriously. It wasn't until like the last year or so when I was like, okay, enough is enough. Like I've been in long enough. Let's do the damn thing and make it work. So what was I supposed to talk about next?
Your biggest tip. So you started, you were not married yet, no kids, like young, driving the Mustang, doing the thing. Like everybody had their cars. Everybody was basically like double income, no kids. They call it a DINK, in case you didn't know that was a term. So economically, like you didn't need this business, right? You didn't take it seriously. And this girl pops up in my inbox and I'm like, and you are like, hello. But here you are and you're diamond. You went to conference, right? I dragged you to conference with the rest of us. I said, you're going, even though you're not good in those situations. It makes you nervous. Guys, I'm good at dragging people obviously to places. So she showed up at conference. So tell me, what was your mindset shift there? And then obviously you went diamond last month. So what is your best tip for everybody who are pushing hard for the next 25 days?
Yeah. So kind of going back, like a lot of what we're saying is a little repetitive, but it's for a good reason. So like what Brandy had mentioned is finding someone like, her person was Kayla, finding someone to really lock arms with. And there's a few girls, I can't see everyone that's on here, but I've got a handful of girls that I literally talk to on a daily basis. And being at conference, you meet so many people, whether they're on your downline, a sideline, like you meet so many people. And I feel like being around like-minded people is such like a huge important part, especially for someone like me. I don't get out like in the real world. I'm a very big homebody, so I have no one to blame but myself for not getting out, but I enjoy being home. So for me, like I don't really get out and I'm not able to talk to people. So for me, like this business is my way of getting out and talking to people and really just locking arms with people who believe in this business just as much as you do, whether, even if you don't have the support of family or spouse or whomever, friends, just really finding someone to lock arms with. And then the biggest thing that worked for me to get to diamond is this last month. You guys, when I tell you this, you're literally going to laugh, but I got away from it and I don't know why. So I'm pretty decent about posting, on social media and stuff. But my biggest thing is I would post about like, oh, look at me drinking my coffee. And that was it. Or I'd post like, I'm not going to go off. I just post about like the product. And the last like 2 weeks of the month, actually, I went live. I went live on my Facebook for the very first time in 4 years. And it was so awkward and so uncomfortable, but I feel like it was really eye-opening. So you can't tell from like this little box, but I don't need to lose any weight. Like I don't mean to like brag. I'm not bragging at all because I'd actually like to put on a few pounds, but a lot of our products are weight loss. And so I can't speak about that, but I actually went live about our Thermo X and how it arrived. And I talked about it, and that live video blew up with comments, like people that have like, when I post about my coffee, there's like a guy on there, like that's one of my husband's friends. He'd always comment on there like, oh, drinking your fat burning coffee again, like mocking me basically. And him and his wife just became a customer on the last day of the month because I posted my husband's results of using the TFX. So even though I personally didn't have results from, because I don't need to lose the weight, I used my husband as my guinea pig, like, hey, you're going to take this, you're going to lose weight, I'm going to post about it, and everyone's going to sign up. And they did. Like, so posting results is like huge. It's sorry, I squirrel over here.
I'll help you. I'll rescue you. Don't worry. I see the comments. It's Krista. It's just Krista.
So just posting results is like, because people can see that we're drinking coffee all day long, but that does them no good. People need to see what it's going to do for them. And I literally have no idea why I got away from that. But the last 2 days of the month, I think I signed, it was either seven or eight customers on the last 2 days. And those customers that I signed, I think all but one or two, I don't remember off the top of my head, were people that I have been friends with. Like I've been friends with them from like middle school that I grew up with. So they saw all my posts, never became a customer because they thought I was crazy. And then I post these results that my husband had from TFX after taking it for a week. and they're throwing their credit cards at me. And to piggyback off of what Jerry said when she spoke, it's not our job to know people's budgets. Like one of the girls that became a customer, actually a couple girls that I signed this month, I never in a million years, and this is going to sound so terrible, but I prejudged them and thought there's no way they're going to afford this. There's no way they're ever going to become a customer. And they made it work. And I'm done talking now. Share results.
So yeah, here's the thing. I love you. You're like my timid little thing. So get comfortable being uncomfortable, in case you haven't noticed, with Ashley. You don't have to be this like extroverted, big mouth, go live all the time, whatever, but you have to be willing to get uncomfortable, right? You have to be willing to do the things, right? Go live. I'm going to put her on mute because she's going to have heart attack. She's fanning herself. But you don't have to be like this person that just does all these things all the time. Just be willing, go live. If you can't personally relate to a product, I'm sure we all have a spouse or a best friend or something. So like Ashley did, I call her like my stick because she's so skinny even after having a kid, like jealous. But her husband could stand to lose a little bit of weight. Love you, David. Just kidding. So she made him the guinea pig. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think that's really huge. And then she also did, which she didn't talk about, leveraging current loyal customers also. You know, so again, reaching out to them, looking and seeing whose auto ship was off. You know, if you are branding your promotion and you're being real and authentic and you're saying, hey, you haven't ordered XYZ in a little while. These are our new products. And we're going to get into some upselling because I know it's getting late, but we still have the two that I know y'all really want to hear from. Not that everyone else wasn't super important, but how in the world these two, they're all smirky. They're my sister crew. I guess I'll start with Jordan. Jordan was 50 days to diamond, and her sister, I think, was 34 days. So I'm just going to stop talking and let Jordan talk. Go ahead, girlfriend.
Oh my goodness, no, I could listen to you forever, so that's not the case. But hey guys, I am Jordan. I am Brandy's downline, our double diamond this month, and a little bit about me. I'm from New Orleans and joined the business in February. I had been taking the products for quite a while and enjoying my results. And Brandy had posted, coming back from conference, like a $20 code and some really cute pictures with all the girls at conference. And I was like, oh, maybe that's something that I could do, because unlike everyone else, or it seems like everyone else who wants to be a stay-at-home mom, I do not, which is like the case of there are so many different walks of life. I only work like 3 or 4 days a week though. I'm an office manager and I enjoy my time out of my house. So honestly, I wanted this extra income to be able to help support my girls' private school tuition. It's a burden, and we have 2 girls now under 19 months, and so they're both going to be there coming this October. So we'll go from 1 tuition to 2 tuitions. So I was kind of looking for something else that I could do on the side along with my job, my current full-time job, that would just kind of make up, the extra income that I wouldn't have to worry about paying for their tuition. So a little bit different for me. So don't judge me, because I do not want to be home with my children all day, every day. I love them to death, but that does not, I'm a better mama at 70% of the time, and 30% of the time we're away from each other. So
nothing wrong with that.
So anyway, I joined, but honestly, I really didn't think that much of it at first. I was kind of enjoying my products, buying them every month, and I would love for this to even just pay for my products to start with, because I am worried about tuition. So this could pay for my products. So I kind of just started there before anything else. I was in for a couple weeks and only sold to a few family members. My sister, who you'll hear from, she became a distributor. And she straight told me, when she became a distributor, I'm not doing this. I'm just becoming a distributor to help you. So don't expect me to 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 do anything, which is hysterical now because she went diamond in 34 days. But anyway, so we started there. I met with Brandy. She looked me in the eyes and told me, you know, she gave me that belief. She was like, look at this. You can go diamond. Like, this is a no-brainer. Like, you just need to jump on XYZ. She kind of gave me some pointers. And I literally left the coffee shop that day thinking she was insane. But then I also came home and told my husband and showed him the chart. And he was like, I mean, everything you set your mind to, you do. So go for it. Like, what do you have to lose? You're still going to make commissions off of whatever you do. So what if you don't actually hit it? Like, you're still going to make money. And so after I kind of had that mindset about it, like, I'm going to run hard and try to hit diamond this month. But if I don't, like, it's okay. Like, and that's what he kept telling me throughout the month. You know, it's okay if you don't hit it, but keep running. Just, you know, throw everything you got into it, and, you know, we'll cry basically on on April 1st if it doesn't happen, but like, just keep going right now. So so I just kind of took that belief from Brandy and ran with it. I will tell you that to hear everybody say over and over, like, they didn't have anyone helping them, and, you know, the years it took to find those distributors under them, I am so thankful that my sister jumped on board with me, because we have just played off of each other the entire time. You know, like, we are talking to each other constantly about what we can do, our verbiage, if we're like getting a negative feedback, or if we have something that's working really good, like, we're always messaging each other and keeping each other going. You know, when we get that crazy customer, we're screenshotting and saying, like, what do we do about this? So it really does help having someone constantly, not only on your side, but just running with you and interested in what you're doing. Um, as far as like my biggest tip for myself, obviously find somebody who will run with you. Like everybody's saying, that's just, it makes the world of difference, and it makes it so much more fun. But like my personal tips that I did this past month were really make myself uncomfortable. You know, I don't mind talking, but I'm more of a person, I'm not introverted, but I am I'm kind of more like, I like to talk to people that I like, not all of these random people. So I can be a little snobby like that. And I had to totally just push past my normal, I don't like small talk. I'm very direct. Like, I would rather us say like limited things in a few words, and then we get to the point. And I've totally had to like rethink everything, because people want to talk, and they want to talk about all kind of stuff, and you have to care and listen and respond and share your story. And that has been like a big thing to get outside of my own head, to be able to do that with people, to like care about their cat, and, you know, talk about whatever, and then bring the conversation back to the products. So like my first 2 weeks, I had a hard time, and like would message Brandy, like, you know, what to say, or like screenshot something and say, like, what am I doing wrong? My verbiage. Basically, I was like too direct. I was too much to the point. So she kind of helped me. She's way better at just having fun and talking, and can chat with anybody. So she was awesome in helping me with that. So I would definitely say, if you're struggling, or if you're getting a lot of no's, then screenshot, send it to anybody, send it to your upline, send it to somebody below you. If they're really good at communicating, it doesn't matter where they're at in your upline or downline. If they're a good communicator, send it to them and let them see what you're saying. They're going to have some tips or something. And that's the other thing, is like, I take something from everybody. Like, everybody has something different to offer. They have something special that they're doing that's working for them. So when you marry all those things together, you can't go wrong. So that's been another thing that I've really done, just taking tips from each person and doing them. If anything makes me uncomfortable, like if there's that person I don't want to message, I just told myself the month of March, like, anything that you don't want to do, you're going to do. So, which was scary. Every person who, you know, had negative things to say, or I just like went right to them and talked about products and challenged myself, and really paid off in the end, and being able to move forward and make diamonds. So uh I, I think that was everything, Ashley.
Yeah, and also how much weight are you down, Jordan? And how
Oh yes. So I am down, well, as of today I'm down 55 pounds. So
but in
I
how long?
use and well, 50 pounds in 4.5 months. We just coming up on 5 months now. So
So insane product results, you guys. Again, you're gonna hear it again. Being a product of the product and having a real life person, like this is
yeah,
what Jennifer is gonna probably talk about. I see her like, I see her
yeah.
shaking her head.
when
And just
when
kind
I
of
go
go ahead.
ahead. When I contacted my sister, which was all the time, but when I messaged her, like, how the hell are you getting like more LCs than me? She's like, I'm sending all of them your picture, which is not what you should do. You have to get the approved ones. And we know that now. But anyway, she was like, I'm just sending your photos to everybody, like your results. And then I was like, okay, you're sending my results to everyone. Got it. Like, I was dying. It was great.
Well, we are super proud of you. Diamond in 50 days is a huge accomplishment.
You know,
And I know that sister team is taking it double and double, and Lord knows what else y'all are going to do this month. So I appreciate you. I'm going to put you on mute and find Jennifer. All right, girlfriend, lay it on me. 34 days to diamond. Let's hear it.
Hey everyone, I'm Jennifer. I am sitting in my car. If you look around, I have actually been work last night, worked all day today, and I'm still here, but sitting in my car so I could be on this call. Super excited. I have been in the business a second, like Ashley was saying earlier. Actually, Monday made 6 weeks that I've been in the business. And as Jordan said, I told her, I'm not selling these products. Like, I'll do anything for my family because family is very important to me. And of course, Jordan was starting this new business, and I want her to thrive and do well for herself and her family. And so I'm like, yeah, of course, I'll become a distributor. Unlike Jordan's husband, my husband was not so thrilled about that in the beginning. I currently am an office manager for an endodontist office. I work a lot of hours. We do have family business that I help with, so I do still bartend. I do computer work. I kind of have my hands in way too much and don't really have time for anything. So that's what I told her. I'm like, I said, if I start losing weight, because you're obviously losing weight, then, I have a good group of girlfriends. I'm like, I'll get all the girls to buy the products and, you'll do great. Never once thinking that I would really do this. So in the first week, when I signed was the end of the month. It was February 25th. And so in me signing, I got actually $20 distributor codes. So Jordan's like, you have distributor codes, you have to talk to your friends, you have to get somebody in. And so I signed up on her advice and other Zooms that I had watched that I should sign my husband. He still was not too thrilled about this, but he's like, fine, it's $20, whatever, if it's helping Jordan, fine. Still at that point where it's not really sold on, this was something I was going to do because again, there's just not enough time in a day right now. I felt like to do anything else. I also have a 3-year-old son. So with that being said, I just started talking to friends. I started using the product, and the first week I lost 4 pounds, and I just started to get excited. I was really excited for Jordan and really doing this for her. And it was very easy. I started getting on Facebook, talking to people, and everything was just going so great and so easy that I just started really running with it. I started doing host to post. I kind of am the type of person that I don't really read through and need to know everything. If you give me the 5 seconds of what needs to be done, then I'm going to go do it. whether I'm doing it the correct way or not. It's just my personality to do. Like, I'm kind of a drive personality. So I would message Jordan or even Brandy and like, what do I say to this? Or what do I do to this? Or I just started really doing host to post and telling people, oh, I'll customize something for you. Thinking in my head, like, I have no idea what all the products are that we even have. So I needed to tell them I'm going to customize something for them so I could go figure out, what to do. And I started pretty much every single night, like putting my son to bed and then just getting on the page and doing the units. And it just was, all the information is there. I feel like I'm talking in so many different directions right now. But all the information was there, that it just, I just did what Ashley put there. I just started really messaging people. One of the biggest things, I guess, that I did, to step back a second, is on my Facebook, I really only had people that I was friends with. And I had a lot of different friend requests of people that I didn't know, but I guess we were friends of friends, so they would request me. So I went to my Facebook, as Ashley told us to do, and I just started requesting. And requesting everyone that Facebook suggested. Totally out of my comfort zone, because I don't know who these people are. What are they going to think of me? Asking them to be my friend, and they don't even know me. But I was like, you know what? Who really cares? So I tease and say I went from being a Facebook snob to a Facebook whore, like just inviting anyone and everyone to be my friend.
Yeah.
And it just went crazy with the host to post. So many of my customers right now are not people that I know, not even, a friend's host to post that I got them from. I just really opened up my Facebook and just messaged everyone. Which is totally out of my comfort zone and my personality also. A lot of this goes on at midnight because I normally don't have a minute to myself until probably about 11, 12 o'clock. So I would just sit and green light message people the scripts that, Ashley has. And it was crazy the amount of response I was getting. So from then I just started to try to upsell. Like, I started to read more and learn more about the products to say, not just send the script of the Thermophyte saying, oh yeah, here's the product information, here's the price. In between, I would, and I do, I'm saying I would, this is what I do now, ask a lot of questions, also get personal with them. Some patients, I'm saying patients because I work with patients. Some customers will send you, their whole life story in 5 minutes. And I just really try to relate to them and say, wow, that's what's happening with me. I have a 3-year-old. I still have the weight on from having a child 3 years ago. So just really try to relate to them. And, I use Jordan every day, all day, because I'm like, look, I'm excited for her. I'm so excited for what she's doing. I'm like, this is my sister. Like, this works. It's not just a it works picture. It's my sister. And now at this point, I actually have lost 21 pounds in the last month. So before I give them any product prices, I give the results of, look, this is what my sister's doing. She's lost 50 pounds. This is what I'm doing. I've lost 20 pounds. And by that, they're like knocking my door down for, okay, tell me, what is it? What are y'all doing? I want this. I want that. And so it just, has gone crazy. So, I guess my biggest, my biggest piece of advice would be to just go out of your comfort zone. It can't hurt if they tell you no. It doesn't matter if they ghost you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they don't post your host to post. Ask someone else and just constantly build your network and open yourself up to other people.
So good, you guys. And was it 48 LCs, I think, Jennifer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so she filled, I could be wrong, missing a person. So an entire diamond chart and 48 LCs and at least 8,000 in volume, all in a month.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting here on this call, and I know there's sister teaming up and y'all helped each other to a degree, but if you're sitting on this call, they both went distributor to diamond. So they skipped executive, they skipped ruby, they skipped emerald, they went DT to diamond. So do not compare yourself and think that that's norm, because it's not. It took me 5 months to go diamond. But what I want you guys to understand from these two ladies tonight especially is that it doesn't matter where you are, it matters where you want to go. So if you can see it and you can put the work in and you stop second guessing yourself and you borrow that belief, like Jordan borrowed it from Brandy and Jennifer was like, okay, like I'm here, I'm the sister, whatever, let's do it. And look how much they accomplished. So I just want you guys to know, not for comparison's sake, not for anything other than it is possible. And they both did it together. It's not like just one of them did it. Jordan went diamond, and then Jennifer's like, well, dang, there's 4 days left in the month. I think I want to go diamond too. You think we can do it? I was like, you can do whatever you want. You want to do, like, she messaged me, go for it. Do you believe you can do it? Do it. And guess what? She did it. So do you have anything else for us, Jennifer, before I jump into upselling for a little bit? Because we're already like an hour and a half in. I feel bad.
No, I mean, not really. Just that I think a lot of my focus was helping Jordan. And that in return, of course, helped me. And I think that it's helped me grow a lot in the last month, just in situations and things that are going on in my life, to kind of set me aside, not just to help her, but then we are helping people. You know, I have a lot of people messaging me, you know, they need to lose 100 pounds or they have diabetes and they have this and that. And so what we are doing is really helping people. And believing in that, and like Ashley continues to tell us, being a product of the product sells the product. I'm trying to use every product that we have, you know, and losing weight and loving it, and it's selling itself.
Yep. So you guys saw people have been with me for 3 years, people who have been with me for 3 weeks. Okay. Like there's all ends of the spectrum. You just have to literally just decide that you're doing it, and that's that, and end of the line. You've got 25 days to kick some serious tail. So what I wanted to do for you guys now, and obviously it's late, and this is going to come from mostly from your specific upline. So obviously Kim is all of our mama bear, but I am a triple diamond on the Pruitt side of things. So depending on what team page you're on, you're going to start seeing some of this. I'm going to see if I can share my screen. And if I can, it's okay. It probably isn't going to work because nothing else on this dang thing's working right now. Give me 1 second. I would really love to share my screen so you guys can see this, but we'll see if it's going to work. All right. Can you guys see the purple flowers? Oh, hallelujah. Something's working today. Okay. So this, before, actually, because you're going to get sidetracked, let me stop the share. I want you to focus on this for a second, on the picture of me and not really me. So we've been talking a lot about host to post, you guys. I'm going to be real and honest with you. I would not touch host to post forever. I was like set in my ways because I've been in business a long time. I was like, I've tried it before. It didn't work. I put them up. Nobody answers. I did that. And I was like kind of a negative Nancy about it. And I just poo-pooed it and I didn't do it. But when you've been stuck in a hard place for a long time and you want to promote so bad, maybe y'all can relate to me. Drop a high five in the chat if you can. Like, you need to start doing stuff that you don't normally do. You got to get over yourself. Okay. I was on a Zoom with Pam Souder. It was like a top and roller Zoom. And she said one thing, I will never forget it. She talked about like doing things that you've never done to get to places that you want to go and all that good stuff. But she said, if you don't stop almost like those self-limiting prophecies that you're doing to yourself, and you're not willing to change, you're not willing to try something new, it's going to be really hard to grow. And then she said also, you know, don't build a business full of babies. And I thought, a business full of babies, like, what is she talking about? You have to be willing to lead from the front and to do all the things, right? You guys are on here because you want to go diamond, right? Double diamond, triple diamond, presidential diamond. If you aren't leading from the front all the time, you're setting the pace for your people. And if you are not consistent and you basically, you can't expect something that you're not doing. And also at the same time, you have to not micromanage and allow your people to fall or rise. That's not on your watch. That's up to them. Okay. So that was really hard for me to hear, because I inadvertently, from just trying to hold hands so much and do so much and lead so much, I was really just building a business full of babies, and nobody really knew what to do because I was doing everything for them. So maybe some of you guys can relate to that. When you're trying so hard and doing so much and working so close, it's like that umbilical cord that needs cut, and sometimes it's hard to do that, okay? Now, the same thing applies to doing new things within your business. I'm that girl, like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, sometimes the answer is right in front of you and we're just not willing to take it. So for me, honestly, the answer to my business just exploding and the team exploding was Host to Post. And it was the one thing that I was resenting and I wouldn't do it. Okay. So this whole thing that I'm about to show y'all, we started with 67 people and we're down to 46. So for the lucky 46 of you that stayed on, you get a peek into my team page. Again, Kim has seen this. I think Hannah is a presidential. She already put this on her page, and I'm pretty sure everyone else is going to have this up on their page. So I'm not going to copy and paste all the scripts. It's way too much. But what I want to talk to you guys really quick, because obviously it's late and I know that, is the upsell aspect of things. So every single month we do a giveaway. Can you guys just see the team page, or you see everything? Maybe somebody can put it in the chat. Hopefully you could just see the team page. What we did as a team, you guys, every beginning of the month, I'm going to scroll all the way up. We create an event within our team page and we call it our Host to Post event. Okay. Everybody, and I call our team the Diamond Tribe. Everybody on the tribe that wants to participate puts in money into the pot. Okay. So for this month, it's like a $500 summer vacation giveaway. So everybody on the tribe that wanted to participate put in $10. Since I'm like the mama bear, I control all the money. It sits in my PayPal account, and we market it as a $500 giveaway. And what we're saying is, you know, our team is giving away $500 towards a summer giveaway for you and your family, yada, yada. It's really easy to ask someone to do something for you when you have something to give them. Okay. So for Host to Post, y'all have heard like doing sample packs. You've probably had some of your leaders do Target gift cards. We've done Target gift cards, Visa gift cards. Last month we did an iPad. We do, excuse me, all different kinds of things. But this month we're trying to go, we're going presidential diamond. Okay. Diamond Tribe's going presidential diamond. If it kills me by my birthday on April 30th. So we're going big. We're doing a $500 summer giveaway. But that's just us, okay? You guys might do something different within your teams. You might decide that you just want to do sample packs. You can do whatever you want, but this is what we do. So in this event, you guys, as it pertains to upselling, what we have seen as the most profound impact on a Host to Post is TFX, right? Because when you start talking about an average weight of 30 pounds over 90 days and it's clinically proven, you get people's attention. So what I do is I have the tribe, we focus only on TFX, okay? And that Host to Post blows up 9 times out of 10 because people want to know, and we don't initiate the upsell until we are talking to them, okay? So we get their interest, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. This was an example of like a post that I made. I think it's right here. And a picture that I made. So we do stuff like that, but really what you guys want to know is upsell and how we're doing it, okay? So one thing for Host to Post is, let me get to it, TFX, like I told you guys, and I have a whole script laid out. And again, you guys are going to get access to all of this just because Kim and I talked and she wants to roll with it. So I have it all broken down. So you message the people who want an entry. Okay, what you're telling them, it's right there, okay? So they're going to put the post up for you. And then the next step, ways that you're going to word your TFX host to post to generate that interest, right? So basically every person who puts up your post gets an entry for the $500 summer giveaway. Okay, again, that's for my team. Whatever your team does is going to be different. So when you are green light messaging people, which is, when you're on your Facebook app, if you look on the bottom, there's 2 little people heads there. If you click on it in Messenger, that's everybody who's currently online. That's called green light messaging. So could you imagine if someone messaged you, and we have that right here, green light messaging, and we said, hey girl, how are you? Congrats on your new home, your baby, whatever you want to be personal. Don't worry, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm actually doing a $500 vacation giveaway. Are you interested? I'm pretty sure people are going to be like, wait, what? Yes, I'm interested, right? And then it's all scripted to where you just copy paste, right? This is what you do for the entry. This is the post. I'll handle everything from there. And I don't want to get into too much about what a host to post is because you guys have that on your team pages. What you really want to know is what in the world I'm doing with volume and upsell, because for what our volume was as a tribe in February, we more than doubled it in March. So in 1 month of doing this initiative, we doubled my entire team's volume. So when I tell you it works, I promise you it works. So you do a TFX host to post, and now we start talking about upsell. And this is where I'm going to show you guys this. Hopefully you can see it. So this could look different for your team. What I did was come up with my leaders 4 upsell package options, okay? Because if you are left floundering trying to figure out what to recommend people, it's going to be very confusing for you to get an adequate upsell, meaning like at least the 80, 90, 100 BV sale if you don't have something to go by. So my biggest thing with upselling is it has to be duplicatable. And if you can upsell on your own, that's great. But if you can't teach people how to do the same thing, then you're going to get stuck. So we did a weight loss coffee. We did a weight loss non-coffee lover. Okay. We also did like a hair, skin, and nails type thing. And then we did the skinny pack for like contouring and such. So every single person that we talk to, they want TFX. Okay. Some of you guys might have seen this on your team page. It's my questionnaire. It looks like this. My health questionnaire. I made this on Over app. It's been trickling around through team pages, but every single person that I talk to, they're getting sent this health questionnaire, and they're going to tell you the answers that you need to upsell them. So if you were talking to them about TFX, but now they're like, well, I struggle with my stomach. My hair is really brittle, and they'll start talking, right? But if you don't ask, you don't know. But if you send this, they'll say, I love coffee, or I hate coffee. I hate chocolate. So then in my mind, automatically, I'm like, okay, they're not going to like chocolate greens, right? They hate coffee, so I'm not even going to waste my time talking about coffee. But they want to lose 30 pounds over the next couple months, and, they want to detox. So just off of this health questionnaire, I know that we have, and this is, again, we came up with this on our own, we have the weight loss, I don't like coffee people, okay? So we get right into the script, and I don't know why this is coloring on here, that's weird. So we get right into the script of talking to people, and we say, okay, great, those answers help me big time, I'm excited to help you out. As for TFX cost, the 1 month supply retails for $65. However, I always recommend adding our cleanse to detox and fat fighters to block fats and carbs from extra meals. It's called Triple Threat for better results faster. Would that be something you are interested in? So we literally go right there from the get-go. They said, yes, I'm interested in TFX. How much does it cost, right? Everybody always asks us that right away. We don't even answer the price question. We give them the health questionnaire. And we say, you know what, if you can take a few seconds, answer this health questionnaire, and we'll see if this is the right product for you or not. They give us the answers, and that's when we're saying, okay, great, this helps me out, blah, blah, blah. So instead of just blurting out, oh, it's $36 for TFX, and then trying to upsell, you're upselling from the initial conversation. Does that make sense? I see that you guys are like deer in a headlight staring at this screen. So this is what we do. And there's steps to it. Like I say, okay, I never say like, yes, no, up, down. Like, I just want to know, this is triple threat. Would that be something that you're interested in? Wait for them to answer. Okay. They're going to say yes or no. Then I have how we talk about the cost. Okay. The whole weight loss system retails for over $160. But what I could do for you is waive the $50 customer fee, drop the price down to $97 for the entire month's supply of all three versus one item for $65, give you my app, my workout recipes, you'll earn free product. All of my customers are upgrading on this flash sale to get the best results in the next 90 days. How does that option sound? So I'm literally just giving you guys step by step by step what the upsell looks like, right? So at this point now, after avoiding price for a few times, you finally talk about the price. Now, this is $97 for three things. To me, that's not a lot of money, but I know a lot about the supplement industry. What if that person was like, oh, dang, it's only $97, but instead, because you let fear take over, you just answered the $36 TFX question and you didn't even try to upsell them. It's really easy to go down. It's near impossible to go up. Does that make sense, you guys? I only see a couple of you on the screen, so I don't know if what I'm saying is jiving with you or not. So that's what I do literally every single time. And then I'll start sharing results photos with them. And literally, you guys, the script just jumps down. So if they were a coffee lover person, I put, and reply to their answers. Look, you guys, same thing. Okay, great. This helps me big time. I'm so excited to help you. TFX costs this. However, I always recommend blah, blah, blah. And it literally breaks it down. So we have done to where there's 4 packs and you can customize it obviously beyond that. But the way the verbiage is, like, how do you create urgency? Yes, but really value, because that's all we're doing is we are problem solvers. We are solving people's problems. If you don't ask anything, and you're just trying to get them in the system for a $36 bottle of TFX, you're missing out tremendously, because every single one of these sales, you guys, we're turning into a 60, a 90, 120 and up customer. This is the upsell initiative that I've been using that has doubled our volume in 1 month. And I dang near, we're going to double it again this month and take the Tribe presidential. But don't be fearful of that recommendation. And also, don't be fearful to veer away from this a little bit. Like I have it all laid out between coffee. And then if somebody was really worried about their hair, maybe they do TFX, HSN and collagen, and so on. Or option 4 is actually on our website. It's the skinny pack. The other things they would have to add individually. But the skinny pack is actually like a real pack on our website. So that's what my verbiage looks like. And again, I don't want to stick all this in the chat because it would take forever. But that's how I upsell over and over and over again. And some of y'all are like, okay, Ashley, that all sounds great. But what if they're like, no, I don't want that, right? Because sometimes they're going to say, many times they're going to, no, I just want one thing. Or no, I can't afford that. Or no, that's out of my budget. I have a backup plan, you guys. I try not to be crazy overzealous and offer 17 things, right? That's why we stuck to 3 or 4 items. But let's say after you upsell, that attempt maybe didn't go that great, or maybe it did, who knows? I have a backup plan, and I always say if they say no, I want to stick to the original item, I suggest greens, and I say, you know what, they're only $1 a day. Right? Because when you say, you know what, you mentioned energy, you mentioned detox, you mentioned meal replacement, you talked about you were sick a lot. What if you just added greens? They're only $1 a day. They're pretty much like your all-encompassing product. They're really popular. They come in chocolate flavor or berry, and they're only $1 a day. I mean, we spend $1 a day on Lord knows, right? Silly things. So that's kind of like your last attempt. So even if you try and they say no, and then you try with the greens and it's real organic and easy and smooth, and they still say no, then that's fine. But the point here, you guys, is that you tried the upsell, you had clear directive on how to do it, so it takes your anxiety level non-existent, and there's a backup plan, and then you just go right into the sale. So I talk about it in here. I say, as a 90-day product model, you will earn free product points every month. And that should say 40% off entire website. You can edit your order monthly if you wish. All I ask is you give me your honest review on your goodie box each month. Do you feel good about that? So literally at the end of every single thing I'm offering, I'm asking for a response. I'm asking for their conviction, how they feel, if they like it, what their deal is. And then I just assume the sale. And this is where we struggle a lot. You know, aside from me, I'm not a mass enroller with customers at all. Like we heard from Jennifer, signed 48. Jordan, I think, was in like the 38 or 40 range. I've never had a month like that ever in my entire 4.5 years, and I'm triple diamond. So don't freak out about that. My thing has always been quality over quantity. So I signed, I think, 8 customers last month, but they were like 1,500 in volume just from 8 people. So you don't have to be this mass enroller, but what you have to do is know what to say and how to recommend and then how to assume that sale. So I will tell them, you know, I'm so excited for you. I'll be here every step of the way. You'll get access to my private group on Facebook for tips and support, which is a great community too. We've been selling out of Thermofite X since we launched it in January. So we're currently accepting pre-orders for our next batch. And it's expected to start shipping in 4 weeks. You'll get your order in today to secure your place in line. You can text me your information to enter your order for you, or I can walk you through my website. That is assuming the sale. The reason why we do not sell and close deals is because we don't assume the sale and ask. You guys have to reel them in. They are not going to throw their credit cards at you, okay? So this is just a little glimpse at what you'll probably see rolling out on your team pages. And I keep it in an event on the team page. I'll show you guys. My team page is separated into like training units, but I just keep it on the events tab. So it's always there. And then we track our entries. I'll show you guys. Every time someone hosts a post for you and they get an entry, it goes on the entries tab. You know, there's a questions section. It literally breaks it down. It's so foolproof, and it has been such an awesome, awesome thing. So that's what the Upsell initiative looks like for us. I think you guys, if you want to, you know, double and triple your volume, gosh, just go for it. Don't be afraid to ask. I think if you have, I mean, maybe you guys can drop like, I don't know, a number 1 in the chat if you're feeling what I'm saying right now, because some of you guys look at me like, it's been an hour and a half and this might be too much at this point at 11 at night almost. But yeah, this is what I've been up to. I think it's going to be really great for really the entire team. Obviously not just mine. I wanted my team to be the guinea pig for this because I never wanted to share something that I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But I think the biggest thing for you guys is having that clear directive, knowing exactly what your plan is going to be. You ever have like a child's toy start talking and no one's there touching it? I have like the weirdest things happening right now. Like I keep hearing something talking and it's like Thomas the Train. So freaky. Okay. Anywho, that's it, you guys. I have the packages done. You might want to do them differently. The scripting is just, it flows so solid. And obviously you're going to have to veer off, you know, here and there. We still sell like Fit 30s and stuff. Like if you're talking to someone and they've got such a strict budget, but they want to lose like 100 pounds, you know, don't be afraid to veer off and go for that Fit 30 and go for those things. You know, we're not selfish here. We're not trying to just, you know, take like rob Peter to pay Paul and do things like that. Like we want people to be successful, but we also just don't want to sell a product just to sell a product just to get the number, right? Because you know, if you've got that potential that needs to lose 100 pounds, like TFX is not going to do it. It's just not. And you have to remember that you're the professional, you're the CEO of your own company, you're the expert. So if you're telling someone, you know what, we have people lose 100 pounds all the time. And I'm really proud of you for taking this step in your health and running for it. But TFX alone is not going to cut it. And you got to tell people, sometimes I have to tell people, you know, you have to be willing to make those changes. But you know what really was a pivotal moment for me is that health questionnaire. I took the budget question out of it and I kept it really focused in like extracting the information that I needed for the upsell and to learn more about them. And it has been huge, you guys, because they will tell you, takes the awkwardness out of asking them, because they're just going to answer the questionnaire. Some people are short. Some people tell you their whole life. But then you have a basis, and you could turn that 30 BV customer into 120 in seconds. So that's really all I have for you guys. I didn't want us to go. I mean, I knew it was going to be like an hour. I didn't think it was going to be like 2 hours. But do y'all have anything for me before I go? I did record this whole thing, so hopefully it worked. Lots of good tips, you guys. I want to be really vulnerable for a second. I had for my goals for 2019 for 10 diamonds to promote. Okay. And I haven't had any diamonds promote since I went triple. So that's 2015, you guys. That's a long time, right? And in network marketing, most people would have quit, but not me. I'm not a quitter. I wasn't going anywhere. So if you're still here and you're part of my genre or older, kudos to you, because it's your time. You just got to draw the line in the sand and decide that you're doing it this month. But to give you an idea of what the momentum that we are in and how crazy this is, I said on my goals, on my 90-day thing, you can go look at it. I'm sure it's there on 90-day group. I said 10 diamonds in a month, or in a year, excuse me, you guys. We had 7 and a double just in March. And then I took my mom's account, and we had another diamond, Brandy, who went double. So that's 9 diamonds and a double in 2 months. And it's really just from getting uncomfortable, you guys, and really doing the host to post and expanding the network and all the things that we talked about tonight. It's working, and it can work for you too. You guys just have to go for it. So in answer to the scripts, Kristen, I put Kim on my team page, and I let her look at it before I showed it to you guys tonight. And she said, like, yes, I love it. We're doing it. So I don't know how quick she's going to duplicate it. I would imagine, and I think Michelle Payne's on here too, and I know Michelle's all about it. So yeah, you guys should see it on your pages, I would assume. Worst case scenario, I have it like in a file, but I really don't want to send it individually. I think it needs to be created in an event like I have it, so where it makes it simple. But I'm excited for you guys. If this can help you guys as much as it's helped my tribe, and we can take our team Black Diamond, I mean, let's be real, we want to be a Black Diamond team, right? And I know that that's a huge goal for Kim. So I'm pumped. I'm glad this helped you guys. I'm sorry it ran over. Y'all have my name now, even though you can't see me, but you saw me the whole time on that still shot. If you have questions, just message me. I don't bite. Like, I don't care if you guys have a question or you want some clarity. In the interim, yeah, just stay on your leadership between Michelle and Kim. And I'm assuming Amanda's people are on here too. And we can get it for you guys so you guys can start rolling with it. So we're about to make it rain diamonds. Thank you guys for your time tonight, and we will chat soon. See y'all.